Ever wondered why you say yes to things you never planned to? Maybe it was a sales pitch, a social commitment, or even an impulse purchase. Behind the scenes, powerful principles of persuasion were at work, shaping your decisions without you even realizing it. In Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, Robert Cialdini unpacks the psychology behind why people say yes and how to defend yourself against manipulation. In today's video, we'll dive into the top 7 principles of persuasion from the book, exploring how they work and how you can use them ethically in your life. Stick around because understanding these principles can truly change how you interact with the world. Lesson 1. The principle of reciprocity. Let's start with one of the most powerful tools of persuasion, reciprocity. The principle is simple. When someone does something for us, we feel obligated to return the favor. Think about the free samples at a store. That small act of giving creates a psychological need to give back, often leading you to purchase the product. Or consider how charities send small gifts like address labels along with their donation requests. Those tiny gestures make people more likely to contribute. To use this principle ethically, start by offering genuine value. Whether it's sharing helpful advice, giving a thoughtful gift, or lending a hand, your actions will encourage others to reciprocate. But be mindful of situations where someone might use this principle to manipulate you. Recognize the tactic and evaluate whether the favor was truly meaningful. Lesson 2. Commitment and consistency. Humans crave consistency. Once we commit to something, especially publicly, we're more likely to follow through to avoid seeming unreliable. For example, think about a time when you said yes to a small request. It might have been agreeing to sign a petition or try a free trial. Soon after, you were asked for a bigger commitment, maybe a donation or a subscription. This tactic works because our brains want to stay consistent with our previous behavior. I've used this principle in my own life by starting small when forming new habits. For instance, instead of committing to a full hour of exercise, I'd start with just 5 minutes. Once I committed, it became easier to stay consistent. To use this principle ethically, make sure your commitments align with your values, and don't hesitate to say no when someone tries to exploit your need for consistency. Lesson 3. Social proof. Have you ever chosen a restaurant because it's busy while the one next door is empty? That's social proof in action. Social proof is the idea that people tend to follow the actions of others, especially in uncertain situations. If everyone else seems to like something, we're more likely to assume it's good. This is why businesses display testimonials, reviews, and bestseller labels. They signal that others have already made the choice, making us more likely to follow suit. To leverage social proof ethically, share genuine feedback from others about your work or product. If you're a content creator, for example, showcasing positive comments or the number of followers can build trust with new viewers. But don't let social proof cloud your judgment. Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's right for you. Pause, reflect, and make decisions based on your own needs and values. Lesson 4. Liking. Here's a simple truth. We're more likely to be persuaded by people we like. Whether it's because of their charm, physical attractiveness, shared interests, or even compliments, we're naturally drawn to those who make us feel good. Salespeople often use this principle by building rapport. They'll find common ground or offer genuine compliments to make you like them, which increases the likelihood of you saying yes to their pitch. For example, I once bought a product simply because the salesperson and I bonded over a shared love of a TV show. The connection felt so genuine that it influenced my decision. To use the principle of liking ethically, focus on building real relationships. Be authentic in your compliments and take the time to connect with others genuinely. But remember, liking someone doesn't always mean their intentions are pure. Stay aware of when this principle might be used to sway you. Lesson 5. Authority. We're hardwired to respect authority figures. Whether it's a doctor, a professor, or even someone in a uniform, we're more likely to trust and follow their advice. Marketers and advertisers know this well. That's why you see expert-approved labels, endorsements from professionals, or actors wearing lab coats in commercials. They're leveraging the authority principle. I found this principle incredibly useful when trying to persuade others. For instance, citing reputable sources or sharing credentials can boost your credibility in discussions or presentations. To use authority ethically, only share expertise you genuinely possess. And as a consumer, always question the authority being presented. Is it real, or is someone just wearing a metaphorical lab coat to win your trust? Lesson 6. Scarcity. Have you ever felt the urge to buy something because there were only 2 left in stock, or the sale was ending soon? That's the scarcity principle at work. Scarcity taps into our fear of missing out, making us perceive limited opportunities or resources as more valuable. It's why phrases like limited time offer or only a few spots available are so effective. In my own life, I've learned to be cautious of scarcity tactics. Whenever I feel rushed to make a decision because of scarcity, I step back and ask myself, do I truly need this? Or am I being influenced by urgency? To use scarcity ethically, be transparent about genuine limitations, like a real deadline or a limited number of spots in a program. And as a consumer, remember to pause and evaluate whether the scarcity is real or artificially created to pressure you. Lesson 7. Unity. A lesser-known but equally powerful principle is unity. The idea that we're more likely to be influenced by those we perceive as part of our group. Shared identity creates trust and fosters connection. For example, political campaigns often emphasize shared values or backgrounds to rally support. Similarly, brands build communities around shared interests to create loyalty. I've seen the power of unity in my own projects. By creating a sense of community and emphasizing shared goals, I've been able to connect with audiences on a deeper level. To apply this principle, focus on building genuine connections through shared values or experiences. And when you're on the receiving end, be mindful of when unity is being used to influence your decisions. How to defend against manipulation. While these principles are incredibly effective, they can also be misused to manipulate. To protect yourself. 1. Pause and reflect. Before saying yes, ask yourself why you're agreeing. 2. Educate yourself. Recognize the tactics at play. 3. Align with your values. Make decisions that genuinely align with your priorities. Conclusion. The principles of persuasion and influence are tools. How they're used depends on the intentions behind them. By understanding reciprocity, commitment, social proof, liking, authority, scarcity, and unity, you can make better decisions, influence others ethically, and protect yourself from manipulation. Which principle resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, check out my video on atomic habits for more insights into building a better life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Let's keep learning and growing together. See you in the next video.